that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review, and today I will be reviewing Griffin Games' Desperados. This game was actually created by Reiner Knizia, who is extremely popular and has made a lot of other games. This is for 2 or 4 players, ages 8 and up, and it'll take you about 30 minutes to play. And as you can tell by the packaging or by the name, it is about desperados out in the Wild West trying to capture mines and steal them for their own. Looking at the packaging, it is very nice packaging. That is metal, tin, what have you. It is about 6 inches this way, about another 4 inches this way. It's small, it's compact, it is very, very appealing. Also, as you can tell, they got the Desperado on the front, looks nice. On the back, you got a brief little description and some more artwork. Let's have a look inside this bad boy and see what's in there. Alright, so in Desperados, you are going to get 2 things. First and foremost, you are going to get your rulebook, which is short, it is sweet, it gets right down to the point. It has some nice colorful artwork listed on there. And one thing I love about the rulebook is it answers all the questions you're possibly going to have. There will be no rock left unturned. Also with the rulebook, it mentions the 2-player version of the game. I would not recommend the 2-player version of the game. It's not that much fun. And also the rulebook says they don't particularly recommend the 2-player version of the game, that you should play the 4-player version of the game. So, also included, you're going to get the cards. And the cards are the heart of the game. And there are 4 different kinds of cards. First, you're going to get your mine cards. So this is a gold mine. There are also silver and copper mines. And once you lay this down, you'll lay it in front of you, and you now have an open gold mine. So what can you do with your open gold mine? Other people have a couple options. They can either play gold on it, as you can you, and this is how you earn points in the game. So let's say you laid that down. You also have the option to try and steal other people's mines. This is where the game really gets fun. Your opponents, they see that you have 3 points right in here, because your gold is worth 3 points apiece. They're going to try and steal it. So they'll lay down their Desperado card before you close it, and they're going to try and take it from you. So say this guy laid the Desperado card. Everyone else, aside from him, would have an opportunity to try and win this battle. So he might lay a Desperado card, your partner, then your other opponent would lay one, and then you would lay one. And whoever has the highest total of Desperado points, which are up on the top corners, will win the mine. So if I won, the mine would stay right here. However, if my opponent's won, he would get the mine, and if he closed that down successfully, he would then have 3 points. How do you close down a mine, you ask? You lay one of these cards, and these are very valuable cards to have. This closes down the mine immediately. So if he laid this right now, he would have 3 points towards the grand total, which would be great. So 3 points in your pocket. Now, you can also close down the mine during the middle of a battle. If you're scared you're going to win the battle and you don't want to lose your gold mine, you could lay this on there. But no one gets any points, at least for this turn, because you take away the topmost treasure on that. So if you had 1 treasure, then the gold would be gone, no one would get any points, everyone would lose their Desperados, and all the cards would go out of action. However, if you had 2 golds here, you would only get 3 points for that mine. So it's a very interesting aspect of the game when you close down mines. Let's have a look at a sample hand to see exactly how the game works. So you're going to deal out 6 cards to every single player. You're going to choose the first player, and then they have the option. They can draw a card. They can play a card. And what cards can they play? They can either play a mine, they can play a closed mine like we talked about, they can lay down the gold, silver, or copper, or they can lay a Desperado. Obviously, there's no mines open, so I can't lay a Desperado or a silver, gold, or copper card. So this guy is going to open up his own copper mine. That's the only action you have for the turn. Next player goes. So looking at his card, he's got a couple good cards, but nothing too great, so he is going to draw a card first. So he got a closed mine that he can save for later. Next, my partner's going to go, and he's going to say, what am I going to do here? He's going to lay a copper on mine. So we now have 1 point if we can successfully close down this mine. Now, the first team to get to 60 wins the game, and you're going to go through probably 2, 3, 4 hands of the game to get to 60. So if you lose 1 hand, don't worry, because you're just going to shuffle it back up, redeal, and keep going. On to this player, he's going to get frisky, and he is going to try and steal my mine. So you can see how this works. So he's going to lay this level 11 Desperado, and there's levels 1 through 12. So this is a very good Desperado. So he's going to lay that down, and now me and my partner have to beat at least 11. I have a 7, and I'll try that. I'll lay that down so I have a 7. But I also could completely close down my mine if I wanted to. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if I laid this copper would disappear, this Desperado would disappear, the mine would disappear, everything would be gone. However, I'm going to try and fight for my mine, so I'm going to lay my level 7 Desperado. So now it's 7 versus 11. Let's see what we got here. He's got, oh no, he's got a level 8. So he can choose to lay this, and he might. So he'd lay a level 8 there, so they are now doing 19 to my 7. It's not looking good for me and my partner. So now my partner, seeing that he's going to lose since he only has a level 9, is just going to give up and just draw another card. So he could either draw another card or he could close down the mine, which is also an interesting choice. Because if he closes down the mine, all these Desperados are gone, which means they have lost 2 very powerful Desperados. So you go around and around, you keep tallying up the score, and the person with 60 wins, or 60 points, as I mentioned, is the winner of the game. Alright, Desperados. What's my final verdict on the game? Let's take a look at the pros and cons first. The cons, there's only one real con I could think of, and that was the fact you had to have 2 or 4 players to play the game. You can't play with 1, 3, or 5. And also, if you do play with 2 players, it's not nearly as fun, and I really would not recommend the game with only 2 players. On the pro side, though, it's a great game. The artwork is appealing. The packaging is appealing. I loved the teamwork aspect of it, that you and your partner are trying to outsmart the other team by, passing cards and what have you. It's a really great game. I was pleasantly surprised with this game. Also, I'd like to mention that I was able to find this online for dirt cheap at only $4. So, if you can find Desperados, you can find it relatively cheap, and you know you're going to have about 4 people to play with, I would highly recommend Griffin Games' Desperados. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for your time, YouTube.
That was a review for Desperados. For more reviews, check out Bauer's Game Corner.